Hey there, this is Alicia with Heartwood Rocking Horses. I'm going to show you how to make a really simple rope bridle for your stick hobby horse. And it only involves 2 knots, and it's fully adjustable for any size horse. So it's really easy to do. It'll look like this. And I'll take this one off and show you exactly how we're doing it. There's 1 loop over his ears, 1 loop around his nose, and 1 loop for the reins. So to do this, you only need 2 knots, and I'll show you how to make the knots before we make the bridle so that it makes sense. You start with about 6 to 8 feet of rope, and it will depend on the type of rope you use and the size of your hobby horse. But for this size, 6 or 8 feet is about right. And you're gonna use 2 knots. One is the double fisherman's knot, and that's what you use to attach your 2 ends together to make the reins. And you can look that up, the double fisherman's knot, if you need some more help on how to tie it. But basically what you'll do is you'll have your ends of your rope next to each other, just like this. Start with one end and cross it behind the rope next to it and then over, making a loop. And you put the end up through that loop from the back so that the end of it is next to this other rope. And you pull it tight, and now you've got a knot that you can slide your rope through back and forth. Go to your other end and you do the same thing. Put your rope, cross the rope behind, and then in front, making a loop. And you put your end up through the loop from the back next to your second rope, pull it tight. And now when you pull the ends of your rope, it brings the 2 knots together, locks them in place nice and tightly. This is a good way to attach your 2 ends. It looks really clean and it's not going to come undone. And you can undo it easily by breaking the knot in half. You could tie your ropes together a number of different ways, but this one is the most secure and it's pretty easy to do. Double fisherman's knot. So I'm going to undo that. And the other knot that we're going to use is just a slip knot. There's many ways to tie that, and I'll just show you one. Take your rope and make a loop. Put your fingers through from the back side of the loop, same side as this rope is behind, so I'm going to come from that side, and then pull a piece of rope through the hole, pull it tight, and now you've got a little rabbit ear loop that you can adjust the size of it. And when you pull your ends, it disappears. So that's a slip knot. One more time. If you happen to cross it the opposite way, this part is still behind. Same thing if you crossed it that way, still behind. Pull through from the back, grab this rope. If you tried to grab this rope, nothing would happen, so you just grab the other rope, pull it through. There you've got your slip knot. So those are your 2 knots. Now we're going to make the halter. You're going to find the center of your rope, and I've got a lot of extra with this rope, and that'll come in handy when we're trying to make the reins. I'll show you later. So anyway, I've got about 8 feet of rope, and I'm going to find the middle. Here's the middle. I'm going to put that over my horse's nose. And we're going to make the nose band first with the 2 slip knots on each side to make the loops for the cheek pieces. So I'm going to start on this side, and I want my loop, let's say, right about here. So I'm just going to make a loop, pull it through, and I've got 1 loop. And now I'm just going to put that loop to the other side and make my other one. I want my other one to be about the same place as it is on the opposite side, which is about right in the middle, right about here on the horse's nose. And it's a little tricky to get this in the right spot, but I'm going to give it a try. Make my loop, pull it through, pull it tight. Now I'm just going to look and adjust and see if that loop is right about in the middle. And it's pretty close, but you can always pull it out and redo it. I'm going to make it a little closer, just like that. There we go, so you see I've got my 2 loops, and that's right about right. My 2 loops are right in the middle, and I've got the rabbit ears facing towards the ears of the horse. So now you've got the 2 ends of your rope on each side here hanging down. I'm just going to take this side, let me start actually with the other side. I'm going to take this side over here and put it under his nose. So I'm bringing it around from the other side, take the end, and I'll just put it through the loop, just like this. And you can see I've just made a loop around his nose. And I'm just going to let this fall to the ground. So here this is where we're at. We've got a circle for his nose, the nose band. Okay, that's hanging down. Now I'm going to take this other end of the rope that was on this side here, and I'm going to put this around his ears to make the cheek piece. And I'm bringing it back around the other side through the loop, the slip knot that we made on this side. And that's going to hang down to the ground too. So now I've made this loop that goes over his ears. Now you're going to tighten your slip knots. So you're just going to figure out which rope to pull to make this loop close up and get tight. And you still want to be able to pull the rope through. And now I'm going to tighten my other side. And now that those slip knots are tightened up, you can pull the ends of your rope to tighten everything up around his nose and tighten it up back behind his ears, just by pulling on these 2 ends. All right, so now we've got the basics of the bridle. Now we've got these 2 ends hanging down, and that's going to make our reins. So to make the reins, you're just going to find the center. Going to find where you want the knot to be in the center, right behind your hobby horse. So I've got lots of extra rope right here, but that makes it easier for me to find the center. So I've got my 2 ropes. I want my knot to be somewhere right around here. So I'm going to cross it behind and cross it over. We're doing the double fisherman's knot now. And then put my end through the loop from the back and pull it tight. And I'm going to make my other fisherman's knot here. So I'm going to put it behind, cross it over both ropes and through the loop from this side and pull it tight. That one got a little crooked. Well, that's the basic idea. Let me try one more time. There we go. This is what I meant to do. Behind your rope, over the front, and then through. There we go. Okay, now when I pull them together, there's my reins. And it's slightly off-centered, no big deal. And it feels a little bit long. So you can just adjust your knots, tie them, closer together until you get the size that you want. So that's a real basic way to make a rope bridle for your hobby horse. Super easy, super inexpensive. And I make these wooden hobby horses, all different kinds and shapes and styles and colors. You can find those on my website at heartwoodrockinghorses.com. Thanks so much.